be the person. It's very interesting though, because hello there, thank you for joining me to paint some birds negatively in watercolor. These are the things I'm going to be using. I've got a HB pencil, a kneadable rubber, and 4 colors. This is Marie Blue, Vizino Violet. This is, these 3 are Holbein. Love Holbein. I'll put a link in my description to Holbein watercolor stockists in New South Wales. This is Holbein Cobalt Blue, Quinacridone Scarlet, and Cadmium Yellow. So basically here, I've got 3 primaries, a yellow, a red, and a blue, and then I've got this extra pinky red. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that onto my palette. Fresh from the tube is easier and faster to paint with. So some violet and some cadmium yellow. And the whole thing is going to be painted negatively. So all I need to draw up is an outline of my bird. So I have these photos I took of my Gouldian finches. It's an Australian native. It's a beautiful little bird. I'm going to take my colour inspiration from the actual birds and the shape of the bird, but I'm only going to paint them negatively. So I really love this bird over here. I'm going to draw this bird leaning in, and so I'm going to put him more to the left. I'm thinking that there will be a branch, and I'm going to come in on an angle, and then maybe the branch goes off like that, and maybe like that. Maybe it goes to nothing, so there's actually very little there. And place the bird this way as though it's leaning in, and so then the bird would be there with a little head and beak moving in, and then the tail will come behind. So there'll be a vertical here, an oblique here, and an oblique there. So maybe that oblique could go that way, and maybe a little like that, or that's why it's worth doing a thumbnail, so you can work out these things before you start. Then I've got this branch coming in on the angle. Here's the bird and the little head and the little beak. He's leaning. It is a male or a female. Actually, it's a female. I can see this little female. I'll put when I do my editing, I'll add this photograph, and you'll see that this little female finch has a black beak. So they get black beaks during breeding season. So she's a female. Okay, going back to my little thumbnail, I've got this leaning in, and so maybe this comes down, or maybe this branch points like that and goes behind her. That's better. I like that idea. She's got 1 foot coming down with the, and then this one about comes here, and they've got really long, quite long claws, given they're such a tiny little bird. The beaks are pointy, so you can have them in the cage with canaries, who also have a similarly similar kind of beak. And then it goes in and out like that. And it's almost goes up there and is kind of flat. And then this comes down, and I'm going to smooth that out. Move that out. That comes down like that. So, and there's her eye. Right. It's quite big, the eye, and it's got a white outline. Oh, mustn't forget that branch comes along then. Nearly forgot. Dot of yellow and blue, and now I'm going to come in with that red. Back to my cobalt. this beautiful quinacridone. So I'm going to join that. Go kind of greenish, so I might mix some green in with the yellow. Kind of green, that's good. Missed a little bit there, but I'm going to soften her. Soften this edge here. Just grab a couple of tissues to put the colour over here. So I'm going to soften this edge all the way around. I'm moving the graphite a little bit. Just wash it again. So I'm going to turn it around. Right around. And that's easier. I'm left-handed, so this is easier for me to come in like that. And I've also made that leg a little fatter than I wanted, so I'm just going to soften that while I'm here. Right, there's the softening of her end of her body, like her backside. Just removing the colour and cleaning the brush over and over. Soften that little bit there. Okay, and then come around, just rotating the picture, the painting, so that to suit my arm. Softening. Wash it off again. Remove excess moisture and soften. So here's her little eye, and all I've done is given it an incredibly small amount of tone. I could do a bit of, I want to do a bit of tone on this line, so will I do it that side or that side? I think I'll do it this side. So back to my palette for this incredibly pale wash. It's like water with the smallest amount of paint. I'm taking that tiny bit of paint off so that I can feather it out. So what I'm going to do now is remove any pencil that's still on the white, and I don't want to see it. Just using my kneadable eraser. Just rubbing harder to get rid of the pencil line that was just there. Softening the edges at the moment. Just a tiny bit of tone there. And then over here, over here, over here, and over there. Bit of detail. There's this claw, and the third claw. And then over here. And then I'm going to add the tiniest bit of tone to the inside of the eye. I'm going to bring my image back, and it was this bird that I was following. So I'm going to put in the suggestion of an iris. Just the suggestion. Now I can't resist putting a little bit of detail around it. Okay, it's incredibly pale. It'll dry a little paler. I've put in a little bit of tone on the feet. Don't want too much attention down there. It's quite a quick exercise, so I'm going to go ahead and sign my name. I'm going to do a little swatch on here to see how pale it is. I could go a smidge darker in tone. Oh, it's such a pretty purple. Okay, that's better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up if you made it to the end of the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I would be very grateful for a thumbs up. That would be excellent. Bye, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.